peasant class is not capable of revolution. Step, I know that, okay, Marx, around Marx I have to think, was actually implying revolution in Permanence's idea. So first of all, he had this communist revolution wherein he captured the mainland China. From Mao's story, we understand that, okay, even practically revolution in Permanence is a thing. Revolution in Permanence. Fairly tricky question. Again, I am telling you right now, UPSC is not going to ask beyond the syllabus it has given you, and I am also going to tell you that you have covered it. Why this gets difficult is because you cannot relate at that time and you only have limited time. उस time में अगर relate नहीं कर पाए ना एक बार question पे, तो वो भी, even that feeling of not being able to relate builds a lot of pressure. And for next 2 minutes again, because of that pressure, you won't be able to relate. And this is something which increases this is something which qualifies an examination to be called difficult. So, with due regards to all those people you have come across who are telling that no paper was not difficult, it was just analytical, let's tell them that this is how we say that it was relatively difficult, because then it costs you a lot, right? So why do I say this analytical paper is getting difficult? Revolution in Permanence is something that when we speak about revolution, you will think first of all about whom? About Marx. So baby steps towards the getting to know the answer. So if I have taken first baby step, I know that, okay, Marx, around Marx I have to think. Fine. Then Marx is talking about revolution. We know it. And thereafter, if I start exploring, there is Mao Zedong. What he said? He said he was actually implying revolution in Permanence's idea. He said that revolution has to go on. You have to keep putting across change in your society to keep yourself relevant to the society. So first of all, he had this communist revolution wherein he captured the mainland China and established his communist government, Red China, right? Then he came up with cultural revolution. So some or other aspect of revolution he did keep alive throughout. That is the idea of practical implication that we saw from Mao's story. We understand that, okay, even practically revolution in Permanence is a thing. It is for real. He then gave this idea of let 100 flowers bloom. Okay, let 100 flowers bloom is, let's have different sort of opinions in our country. The idea, however, whenever you are a communist, you would not tolerate criticism, right? So idea was that if the 100 flowers are blooming, you would know who is against you, and then you will be able to eliminate it, because then only if you allow people to speak, you will know where to work to strengthen yourself and eliminate those elements which can be harmful for you. So even behind 100 flowers bloom, it was not like he was being liberal in allowing people to have their opinions and put across their opinions. He was only using this idea for the welfare or for strengthening, for establishment, proper establishment, for fixating the roots of communalism in China properly. But he gave this idea. He was in continuous permanent revolution throughout his life. Fine. So I'm not going to go after what is cultural revolution and all of that. This is the idea that Mao gave. And also, then who was someone who worked behind this theory? There was a scholar who is called father of neo-Marxism. Now, if you have not studied about it, you would say, probably you have not gone into the depth of your subject yet, but you will have to. So there is Trotsky. Lot of, look at the best of the analysis from best of the faculty. This name is not going to come. Why? Notes में नहीं है. नोट्स में नहीं है तो बोल नहीं सकते, क्योंकि फिर क्वेश्चन आएगा कि नोट्स में क्यों नहीं है ना. मतलब यहाँ पे दिस इज द फादर ऑफ नियो मार्क्सिज्म. नियो मार्क्सिज्म के फादर है ट्रॉट्स्की, एंड ही हैज टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस रेवोल्यूशन इन परमानेंस आइडिया. He said that, so what Marx and Lenin used to say, that peasant class is not capable of revolution. There was a requirement of a proper capitalist society. First of all, for Marx, there was a requirement of capitalist society for the revolution to happen. Then we saw that Lenin defied him while he was putting Marxism in practice. Russia was not a purely capitalist society, right? And he put it there. He made Russia a communist society, and he said that I am a Marxist. He made sure to put across the point that he was doing is based on the ideas of Marx, and he was making sure that he put across the point that he was going to follow Marxism, right? But what he was defining was a proper capitalist society, right? Then Lenin said that peasants cannot be part of revolution. And next came Mao. Mao was the next after Lenin to be a proper Marxist in his ideas, and who was ready to apply it, right? But something has to be changed. See, there is one aspect of something being just a theory. Then to make it apply in the practical life, certain changes will definitely come. Theory और practical में difference होता है ना, तो अगर वहां से theory से practical पे जाएंगे तो changes आएंगे based on what all conditions you face. Theory is all that you are imagining would happen, then you are trying to face life based on your theory. Certain changes you will have to bring about when you are trying to apply it. Then Mao's requirement was that China was an agrarian society, just like India was a lot of peasants. And Lenin is saying, also Mao is saying, peasants have no role in revolution. That class is not eligible for revolution. In fact, that class was not existing in the society they were talking about, so they would not know. Now this class is the most in China. Now Mao used peasantry, first of all, in the form of revolution, and this is what Trotsky says, that socialist revolution could occur in the societies that have not achieved advanced capitalism at all. We can see it from Lenin's and Mao's example both. Then Trotsky also argues that bourgeois in late developing societies or late developing capitalist societies are actually incapable of all the productive forces that we are seeing. Not everyone is having the control of resources and then they are ruling. Sometimes the control of resources is not there, even then they have been able to reach to the oligarchical capacity. So some models are being defined, and that's why we are saying he is neo-Marxist. He is in another generation, he is in another time than Marx was, and that's why he is revitalizing, reviving, right, making it more relevant to current society. तो आज के टाइम पे we can see idea that you own a lot of land and then you are a bourgeois. Just be owning a simple IT company and you are a bourgeois. Are you trying to say, dear Marx, that third world countries are never going to be able to have this kind of revolution? No. That's what Trotsky theorized, that even peasants can be there. He did not say directly peasant. He said that it's not necessary that only industrial proletariats, because source of production, when we start speaking about production, we are talking about industries, right? And then he is like, it's not about industrial proletariats. Let's give space to the peasant class, to the agrarian societies. So he was theorizing it and he was applying it. That's why these two are very important names to talk about in your answer. Most of the people are going to talk about him only. Somebody who is going to talk about him is going to stand out and going to fetch more marks. This is the point. This is the whole point. So he is the theorist, like Marx was the theorist. Lenin applied it, right? Trotsky, let's say, again, he was inspired primarily from Marx. He was probably not even reading Trotsky, but we today can compare. We know about both of them, so we can say that he was the theorist and he was somebody who was applying it. So about both we should talk about when we talk about revolution in permanence. It's not like अगर मार्क्स के बारे में सिर्फ बात करके आए तो आपका आंसर गलत है. गलत कैसे है? वो है. He is part of revolution in permanence. He was doing revolution in permanence. He was theorizing revolution in permanence. So if you add this to your answer, it's going to have more stars, right?